Evening, everyone. How you doing? It's Aaron here, founder and CEO of 28 Games. I hope you're all doing well and doing something to motivate others. I hope, or be motivated yourself, or just doing something ambitious. I just wanted to get this video out to you and let you know again what's going on. This is just another update about how things are going right now. To be very, very honest with you, it's not all the greatest. Things could definitely be better. It's here and there. This my whole little story is basically like GTA 4. I mean, it's rags to better rags. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. It's somewhere right in the middle. And yeah, just describing things right now. It's just really rocky. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's not knowing what's gonna happen, and for me, I like to have consistency so that I don't raise my blood pressure, and I don't have stress, and if I don't have stress, I won't raise my blood pressure, and I won't have a heart attack. I just wish that things could be completely different. I think if you've been looking at my content on X.com or Twitter, because a lot of people still call it Twitter, that's where my sit reps come from. So if you've been looking at my sit reps, I'm in the process of getting them up to XSB2 or 28.2, which is my YouTube channel. And I just I want to get all that up and get everyone up to speed. But I've obviously been very, very busy. I've had some very emotional days. Honestly, it's just things haven't been going the way that I want them to go, and sometimes that's just how life works. And as you know, I'm also saying that this is Agent, or the IRL GTA 6, which I call Agent. And in the sit reps, you're learning about, or you'll read about on my YouTube channel, just bits of advice, things that are the real. And that's another thing about 28 Games. What you get from me is what you're going to get, which is always real. There's never going to be anything sugar-coated. There's never going to be anything that it is fake, confabulated, which my mother has a terrible terrible habit of doing, confabulating things in her head. So, yeah, right now, my mother was in the process of looking for a job, and she actually was hired at another nursing home. This is called St. Francis Rehabilitation Center. So as you can imagine, there's some church connotation with it. It's all about God and Jesus, and that's all. That's what her world is. That's all That's all. The cornerstone to her life is faith, religion, church, and in fact, one of the reasons why she's been fired from those 10 jobs, which she has in a very short amount of time, is because I think she'd rather be at church as opposed to working. And, we got the mortgage in play right now. She did make a payment, so we're all set with March. And then, so the next payment is going to be the 1st of April. And as you can imagine, I'm kind of stressing about that because my father always said something. My late father, as you know, he's been since removed from our life almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years, September 13th this year. But my dad always said something very poignant to my mother, and that is that I live in the real world, you live in the fantasy world. And it's very, very true, because my mother, there was a lot going on with her. There's been a lot going on with her for a very long time. I think there are some things that she didn't want to disclose, which it's embarrassing, And I totally get that. But she was kind of a spendaholic, shopaholic, and she kind of nickel and dime my dad. My dad didn't like that because it got to a point where his bank account was pretty much getting drained, and he had to close it and make a new one, which is why my mother's kind of worried about me and my gambling habit. It's not too bad, but I do play the lottery, and she's like, don't do it too much, don't drain your account, make sure you got money in there, and I'm very, very consciously aware of that. Again, I'm doing it. I'm being very careful about it. The reason why I'm playing the lottery, if you look at my sit reps, if you look at my my blog videos. Architect of Ambition. Whenever you see AOA, that's or Architect of Ambition. AOA for short. That's all about my story, my journey. So I don't want to say it's make or break, even though it kind of is, but it just feels like a desperate times call for desperate actions thing. Um, and if you fully understood what the last 3 to 4 years have been like for me, I think you could probably understand why I'm searching for those six numbers. Because it's just not a good situation right now. There's already a lot of damage that's been, physical, mental damage done to my mother, some physical damage because she has hurt herself. She's got a right disjointed pinky from punching things, being very destructive, violent, rage, and that's come from her psychosis and her her bipolar, type 1 bipolar with psychosis features and PTSD. And she's got panic attacks, anxiety attacks, deep depression. She's got some OCD going on. She's got it. She's got it all, the whole 9 yards. She's got probably some of the worst mental conditions that you can have. I mean, not like multiple personality disorder, schizoaffective disorder, which is that might be like schizophrenia, but schizoaffective disorder, I think that's much worse. But there's a lot of things with her going on, and I'm not satisfied with the results. She takes medication. It's called quintiapine suramate, and it's a substitute for Seroquel, which is antipsychotic. That gets in your central nervous system, supposed to bog you down, calm you down. And it's going to be 6 months of her taking that on the 24th, so actually tomorrow. And a lot of people were saying, give it 6 months, it takes some time to get in there, reprogram your brain, which is exactly what happens. Because when you have a mental breakdown, your brain, you're like completely torn up from the inside out. And then you got to reconfigure yourself, And that's what the medication's doing to my mother, and it does work. It does work, but I'm not satisfied with the results, really. When she goes to therapy, because she does therapy too. I know she's lying to her therapist. I know she's not telling her therapist. She's a wonderful person. Her name's Ingrid, and she's not telling Ingrid everything that she needs to know. Bottom line, and that's why you've heard me talk about saying I'm talking to my aunt. I'm going to talk to my aunt. I'm going to involve my aunt. My aunt has been wonderful. My closest aunt. She came right into the picture when my dad died. She's been in the picture ever since. I talk with her about everything my mother doesn't, to be a good nephew, And so I tell her everything that she knows, and my aunt basically says, look, does it one more time, I'm done with her, because she's inwardly upset and frustrated, but at the same time, she's saying, look, it's probably the best it's going to get with her, I know she lies to me, and she does. She's a pathological liar. I know it sounds terrible, but it's true. It's true. She will lie about things. She will lie to cover up other lies. No one sees it on the outside looking in, including cops, employers, employees, other people, bystanders. People don't understand. And that's why it's so damn frustrating for myself to have to feel like I gotta, write a 5-paragraph essay to substantiate my worries, my concerns. But I know I'm around my mother 24/7. I know what's up. I know what she's doing. And other people just believe her nonsense. And I'm sure you can understand why that's very, very frustrating. I'm talking with someone right now. I've been talking with him for about 2 months. Assuming it's a male, a he. I think that it is. And, we've been talking about, what's going on and stuff like that. And he knows I play the lotto a lot. And, he kind of knows my situation. And we were talking last night, and he said something that really, really, really hit. And that's that my mother's, put me through hell. And it's true. It's sad to say that, but yes, it is very, very true. I've been put through a lot of hell. I've been put through a lot of trauma. I've wanted to take my life a few times. The last time my mother kind of acted up, she kind of went, because we have a guy in our basement. We call him the basement tenant. We've given him a roof. He pays $430 rent, utilities, all that. He's been here for 2 months. He helps us out. He's been great. He's had a hard life, very very hard life. But my mother thinks she's the freaking devil sometimes. 'Cause she's getting brainwashed by these people at a homeless shelter, the one that she volunteers for sometimes. They're feeding her all this crap about the devil being around her and being afraid of her shadow, basically. Like my dad would say to me, because he thought I was afraid of my shadow. Go figure. Now my mother's kind of afraid of her shadow, or these people are afraid of their shadows. So my mother goes around yelling, screaming, ranting, introverted into herself, locking herself in her room, bathrooms in the house, stopping things, throwing things in line, saying, "Oh, I'm killing a spider," or something like that. Which it's winter, so yeah, there's no spiders. So that's just another lie. And this guy's Gerard. It's his name. And the last time we talked, my mother was saying she went out down there because he goes down there, he sleeps. She went down there to the laundry. She got all ticked off about something for some reason, saying, why are you, why you have such an attitude? And then I gave my mother a look like, oh, here we freaking go again. She comes upstairs, confronts me, and then in the master bedroom, okay, now it's face to face. I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and she does this. She's evil. And then she does that, okay? Now, if I'm anyone, I'm getting freaked the fuck out. Okay? Anyone is fight or flight, freeze, or something. There's four of them, but it's fight or flight. But that was very, very scary. And she came into my bedroom. I tried to get away from her. She came to me, I tried to defuse the situation or get out of there. She came back, talked with me again. And then she just started rambling on about all this stuff. She was clearly very emotional, out of mind, out of sorts. She eventually comes into my room, and I say something to her to make her, number one, shut up, because she's not making any damn sense. And I say, look, okay, I wanted to kill myself 25 to 30 times because I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of you. I said it. I looked her right in the eyes and I said it. I just sound like my dad big time. But I said, and she said, is that really true? And it got her to shut up, because she's, got her to get out of that headspace. I didn't mean, when I said that, I didn't mean I was going to actually kill myself. I'm saying I'm frustrated, I'm pissed, I'm ticked off, I'm sick of this. It is the same thing every single month. I got to get through to you one way or another. And I think that did get through to her. But she, and then she went with Gerard because they went somewhere, and she was texting me, and she was talking to Gerard, and and she was saying, now I'm worried, and now I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? You don't understand that you're the problem? You don't understand that you can't stop this bullshit? You can't stop, you can't control yourself, you're not, when you look at someone like that, hostile, they're going to treat you hostile. If you treat someone as a threat, act like a threat, you're going to get treated like a threat. And then I got upset and then, started crying, because I turned my frustration into tears, because I say fight your battles with water over fire. And I tell my mother that all the time. I'm like her personal therapist. Okay? I'm a personal therapist. And, okay, now she's been hired at this nursing home. Okay? And that's going to be 7:30. It's part-time. It's either 7:30 to 11:30, morning to night, or night to morning. Because she's got, is going to start off part-time and it's going to go full-time. So, I'm like, okay, I'm proud of you, everything like that. She told me everything. She got everything all done today. She's got orientation on the 5th of March, then a physical on the 10th. So on when daylight savings starts. 5 days after that, her orientation. Then she's good to go. But it's like, it just sucks. It's so frustrating. I'm sick and tired of it. And that's why, bottom line is, I'm playing Mega Millions and Lucky for Life tonight. I'm trying to get a miracle. That's the only way I get out of this. Okay, yes, working. Well, guess what? Okay, my mother's taught me a lot about the workforce right now. It's not the greatest. There's high turnover everywhere. People don't want to work. and that's why she's not able to be consistent with a job, and or she just points fingers and blames the boss, the manager, the director, employer, whoever's the top dog, and says it's your fault, it's someone else's fault. And like I said, she's been fired from 10 jobs, and it's all these freaking outbursts she's having that's getting her fired. And she gets pissed off and doesn't understand that it is her and not them. And then I have to hear about that, and I just have to go along with it, go with the flow, like I've been doing with this whole GTA 6 thing. So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. That's why I play the lotto. It's not a good situation right now, and I'm hoping to win the big one, because if I do, I am freaking changing things big time. Number one, I'm gonna freaking fix up, pay the mortgage off. If I win the big one, pay the mortgage off. If I win Lucky for Life, it's $1,000 for the rest of your life, every day. So I'll be able to pay the, make payments on the mortgage. Get this freaking house fixed up, because it's a crying shame how it looks right now. But my phone's burning up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. And yeah, that's what's going on. I always lose. I never lose hope. You got to keep the faith every single time, and yeah, that's what's going on. And you just got to keep moving forward, do the best you can. I'm always hoping for the best. You always got to do that, no matter what. So this is Aaron, founder and CEO of 28 Games, crazy, ambitious, clever, historic. That is my slogan for the little brand. Someone gave me feedback on that. They said it's really, really good. I appreciate that so much. It's a girl I'm talking with, and she's an absolute sweetheart. She's wonderful, and she's helped me out a lot. So thank you so much to her. She's got a platform. I will keep everything, confidential. But she's she's doing her thing, and she's great. She's a great person. She really, really is. She's helped me out a lot. So be well, be safe, be about your mission, hug your loved ones always. Let them know they want to know, like they want to know from you, like you want to know from them. Take care, stay safe, stay warm. You're here in the States. Best yet to come. All right. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Be back with more.